when you recruit, you start recruiting kids at 14, 15 years old, sometimes even earlier than that. And so you realize the dreams that young people have. And so in recruiting, that's what that's what you're getting involved in, helping young people achieve the dreams they have for themselves, which is, to be educated, of course, but also to become the best players they can be, and then moving on all the way to a national championship, and then hopefully to the PGA Tour. And we had two guys yesterday, Davis Riley and Lee Hodges, realize those dreams. And it was really cool for me as a coach to talk with them, because they really sounded like 14-year-old kids. They're in they're men now. They're in their 20s, 25 years old, and they think they're. But it was really neat to be able to be part of their journey and to see them obtain what is ultimate in our game, which is getting a PGA Tour card. And I'm very proud of that. I'm proud that we've had 9 guys do that over the last 10 years. And it just means a great deal that these young people give me and this university an opportunity to help them in their journey. We're going to be a really young team for the first time in a while. We really don't even have a senior on the team. And so we are really in a kind of in a rebuild beginning stages of what is Alabama going to golf look like now and future. I'm excited about that. It'll be the first time we don't have what I would call some highlight players that have done a lot of things or played the national championship before. And so looking forward to, when you have youth and young people, I think that brings a lot of enthusiasm, and that gives me a lot of enthusiasm as a coach, and look forward to truly trying to mold and see where this team can be. It's kind of the question we've asked them: what kind of team are we going to be? And we've kind of put it down in 5 little C's: choice, competitive, confidence, calm, and champions. We want to build all the way to the end of being a champion. And right now it'll be a lot of work involved in that. But I do look forward to the journey in front of this group.
Hey, Coach, thank you for taking the time to talk with us today. You talked about in your opening statement about, players realizing their dreams. And of course, one of those is Justin Thomas. And how often, Justin Thomas, of course, was in the Olympics this summer. How does, having a golfer reach the Olympics, and compete, he said it was one of the greatest experiences of his life. How does having him, represent the program help you guys in recruiting and developing the program at Alabama?
Well, it really helps tremendously. I think first, he's a good player and accomplished a lot of great things here, but also just a character of who he is. He is highly thought of among young junior golfers. A lot of people will have favorites on tour and all, and he is a guy that young people draw to. They like how he plays, they like how he acts, they like all of that. And so his attractiveness as a player and as a person help us, because they want to be kind of like him. I mean, he's a role model, whatever you want, what you want to call that, someone they look up to in the game, how they want to play the game. And then he represents the university in his time, how he speaks about Alabama with his time when he was here, and even now helps us tremendously to get in the door with some very, very good players.
All right, VUA, you're up next.
Hi, thank you, Coach, joining us. Like you said, you have a very inexperienced team, very young team, but a very enthusiastic team. Thomas Ponder named All SEC and ended the season ranked 67th last year. Moving into his junior year, as a young player, what has he done to improve his game, and what is some of the season expectations for him and the team?
Thank you for asking about him. That guy works his tail off. And the secret sauce for all athletes really is your dedication and your love of the game. And Thomas does it as well as anybody I've ever coached. He is as dedicated to try to get better, become the best version of himself. And so I was really proud that he was able to get, an All SEC last year, because he put that kind of work in. And we just met 2 days ago, and that was kind of the question. I said, what do you see yourself? And then I had a chance to tell him what I saw him. I think he can be an All-American. I think he can be an All-SEC first teamer. I think he can be a leader in somewhat, because he has the work ethic. Like anything, growth of a player really is confidence within. And I think that's going to be the year, he's going to be a little bit on his, like you said, we're a young team. He's not going to be hidden behind a couple of seniors that are, accomplished players. Can he branch out and do this on his own? And I think that's the part we've been challenging him with. We believe he can, because he does do what you need to do to be great, and that is work. And so I think he can be an All-American. I think he can be a great leader on and off the golf course for our whole team.
All right, we got one more. Who's up next? Anybody else? All right, Coach, we appreciate. Oh, wait, Chris Walsh got there in just the nick of time. Chris, go ahead.
Jay, what's the earliest age you can start someone playing golf here?
If you want me to make an offer now, and we can get, he's cute enough, we can get an NLI probably going forward with somebody right now, Gerber or whatever. So,
okay. On a more serious note, how challenging was last year just with the logistics and just trying to handle everything?
It was very difficult. We played basically an all SEC schedule, which was great. It made us, I think it taught us a lot of things. All the little things. The hardest part was not necessarily playing. It was how you do something. This is my 30th year as a head coach, 20th here. We really had to it really was just about golf. You show up and you would practice, but it really was really hard to build a team or a chemistry or, because we were just so not allowed to do, we had to play. And so we couldn't do the little things that I believe that actually develop a team. That part I'm looking forward to, hopefully, is getting back into building, trust with each other. How do you do that? Well, you do things as a group. You do a lot of, and that's what made last year so challenging. We could hit balls outside and we go play in tournaments, and then you wear masks and things like that. And eventually you get used to that kind of stuff. But the little things like dinners at my house, stuff that you would do post tournaments or things like that, to even work out in a gym. I mean, we worked out outside the entire year. So it always felt like we were separate. It was really hard to, gel us as a cohesive group, but that's okay. We had to find the best way we could, because in the end, playing is the most important thing. But I do look forward to a little bit more of the heartbeat and soul of what athletics is. And that's young people trusting each other and getting in the dirt, and, and even also having some fun, tailgates, coming to our house, my wife and I, with some dinners and things like that.